Hey everyone, welcome to another video. My name's Steve and these videos are all about digging deeper on the cost of ownership. Currently that is the Porsche 992 that is behind me, and today's video is an annoying one. I found a rock chip. So for anybody that watched the previous video on my year's ownership, when I went around and did a health check around the car, you'll know that I went around the front end and basically said I couldn't find any rock chips or stone chips or marks or dents or anything like that. And really, this happened in between, I think. You never know what's going to happen when you're driving around in these cars. Obviously they're quite low at the front end and the airflow takes it over there, and the faster that you go and in the more open roads that you're on, the faster that these stone come towards you, and you'll hear a ping, a crack, a bang, possibly think it hits a windscreen and you're looking for a chip or something. But what really happened is, looks like it is hit the middle of the bonnet, right in the middle of the bonnet, and yeah, it's pretty noticeable. Now, I didn't pick up on this straight away because basically this car park in particular, it gets quite dusty around here, and once a car gets wet it gets very, very dirty and it just sticks to it and dries. So I haven't noticed it for about a week or two, and last week I noticed it and really needed to get it fixed, but it's only one rock chip. So what did I do? What I did is I rang up the Porsche service and we got some touch-up paint. Now when it comes to the touch-up paint, you basically need to know the color code for your car. Now if you know it, great. If you don't, there's one place you can look for it that I found, but at the time I didn't have it to hand when I rang the dealer, so they did it off my reg. Now they put my reg into the system, they got the VIN code, and they basically found the car spec, and from that they managed to pick out the color code and tell me whether there was actually a touch-up pen or not. Now, before we start, this touch-up pen, I say touch-up pen, it's more like an expensive nail varnish, was £16 from the dealer, and it is the correct code for this car in flat black, not the metallic. Now, the only place I've been able to find the color code, which is usually on a sticker for the spec for the car, and there's stickers all inside the doorway or under the front bonnet. Some of the cars I've seen them been under the back on some of the older 911s when I've did some searches online, but it turns out there is one place that you can actually find this code, and that is in your maintenance service handbook. So we'll just take a quick look at that now. So usually I keep it in my glove box if everybody else does, then if you take it out of the car you'll have to go and find it, but I will have the handbook in here, and also with the handbook you usually have your maintenance schedule. Now here's the maintenance schedule, and inside this maintenance schedule you actually have a black sticker. At the bottom you have the 041 fab code or color code. That is 041 for the black for this car, and that is the touch-up pen I've managed to get. Now this is the Porsche official service department supplied paint. Now you can go online and you can find websites that, as long as you know the color code, you can get paints mixed. They may already have paints mixed, so wherever you want to get it from, I paid £16 for this, and it turns out it is only the paint as a touch-up nail type paintbrush. It's not got a clear coat with it. I know that there are ones you can get with clear coats. I've previously had ones where they've been a pen and you touch them in like a rollerball, and I've also had types like this before when I've had just a little paintbrush. So now that I've been through all that, let's take a look at the actual stone chip and you can see how bad it is. So around the front of the car here, I have cleaned the car off in an attempt to see if I could find any more damage. The only main things I can find really are, there's some quite bad scuffing marks over here from where I've basically been pushing it down, probably had my keys and it touched it with my hand. Outside of that now, I don't know whether you can see it, but we are there. Now I remember hearing something ping off the car at some point, but I don't know where it was, and basically this is where we are. Hopefully you're getting a good view of that there, but that bigger one just looks like it's down to the base coat or the primer coat. This little chip behind it, I don't know whether it pinged off here and then hit there, or it's a separate one and it's just coincidentally near it, but I think it's gone straight through to the bare metal there. But hopefully we can just put a little bit of paint on it and tidy it up. So what I'll do is I will touch this up a little bit with the paint using the touch-up paint that's been supplied by the dealer, and we'll see what it looks like afterwards and see how easy a job that it was. This literally does smell like the type of paint you would get in an Airfix kit. So I'm just trying to dab it on, really, just to fill it in and see how good a job it actually does without trying to dribble any more on the car. So there we go, that's me touching up a rock chip. I will basically keep an eye on it, see how it does, see how it dries. One thing that did come up with this car when I was speaking to the service department was that this car in particular, I had a Gen 3 ceramic coat done on it. I had to ask them just in case if this little bit of touch of paint would do anything to affect the finish that was around there, or I would need to do anything else with it, and they said that no, I should be good, should just be able to put a little bit of paint on there and it shouldn't affect anything to do with the ceramic coating. If you've had any rock chippings on your Porsche, whether it's this model or any others, let me know what you did, whether you used touch-up paint, whether you got something else done to it to get that fixed, because it would be interesting for me to know and anybody else watching the video for future reference. If you can't find your paint code, you might be able to go online with your VIN number from the car, and basically I have been on websites before where you can search it, it'll give you the spec and it will give you the paint colour for that car and that model. This has been a great help to you today. Please hit the like button if you want to see more videos about the car and the cost of ownership on my 992. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again in another video. Thank you very much. Bye.